Today is the 6th of November 2023, Supplier Management Lecture. And we look at the most important aspects of supply chain management from a purchasing department perspective. Okay? So, wir machen hier eine Auflistung und das ist relativ einfach zu lernen und auch prüfungsrelevant, von daher könnt ihr euch freuen. So, der erste Thema wäre Supplier, the first topic is supplier selection. And evaluation. Okay, here we look at identifying and evaluating potential suppliers based on criteria such as quality. What do we measure in quality? Usually parts per million, but this is the KPI, okay? Quality, cost. Usually we look at the euros per unit. Capacity, to know if the supplier can deliver what we need. Yeah, so those are the main criteria. And the second thing we're looking at is we conducting supplier audits and assessments to ensure compliance with agreed upon standards. We will be following this roadmap throughout the lecture. So, for instance, we already looked at audit and assessments in the last lecture. We will look at these KPIs later on when we look at the KPI analysis methods. Okay. So this is the first bullet. I will come back later to this in detail. Let me just give you an overview. So the second one, it's called negotiation. And contract management. Okay. So here we look at negotiating terms. Conditions and prices. With suppliers. To ensure favorable agreements. Habt ihr Verhandlungstechnik gehabt im Studium?
Ja, aber wir mussten da eigentlich nur eine Hausarbeit schreiben.
Okay.
Und hatten so ein bisschen immer mal wieder ein paar Sachen durchgenommen, aber wir haben da keine Klausur geschrieben.
Okay, also wenn ihr wollt, können wir eine der letzten Vorlesungen halt dazu widmen, dass wir so ein bisschen spielen, so ein bisschen Fallstudie oder so, so ein bisschen Übungen. Und ich bringe euch ein paar Tricks, wie kann man halt Menschen durchschauen. Aber das müssen wir natürlich vor Ort machen, okay? So, das nächste, ihr meldet euch. The next topic is drafting and managing contracts. To outline responsibilities. Delivery schedules and payment terms. This comma, I don't know if I said it before, this comma is important. This is called Oxford comma. It means that the enumeration is not closed. If I wouldn't put this comma, this would mean that the enumeration is closed, and this is relevant for certain contracts, okay? So remember, Oxford comma. This is an important point, an important bullet in the case that you are inspecting contracts. Okay. Third thing is called, or the third main topic is called demand forecasting and planning. Demand forecasting and planning, and this is, for instance, what SAP APOMA does, Advanced Planning Optimizer. here what we do is we collaborate with other departments to accurately forecast demand for goods and services. This is the classical role, okay, but basically this is done with aid of usually with AI. Okay, so here we use artificial intelligence as of today. The next bullet is aligning procurement plans with production schedules and sales forecasts to ensure timely availability of raw information or materials. Okay. So the fourth role, it's also important in an indirect way. It's basically done by logistics, but purchasing has a huge responsibility on it. It's called inventory management. So if the purchasing department does not work well, logistics cannot deliver what planned. Okay. So determining optimal stock levels you remember maybe EOQ models. You remember?
Yes.
From the lecture, I don't know when. To prevent both stockouts, so no inventory, or excess inventory. Okay. And you can also implement just in time or just in sequence inventory strategies to reduce carrying costs while maintaining adequate levels of supply. Okay. This is basically cash flow management. And it's something that we will look at in the next weeks with a case study. Okay. So we have so far supplier selection and evaluation. We do this with KPI analysis, conducting audits. We have negotiation and contract management. Basically, for that, you need to be like the fox, okay? So, schlau wie ein Fuchs. Nicht vergessen, der Fuchs ist schlau und stellt sich dumm. Und der Igel macht es andersrum. Okay? Also die richtig, richtig schlau sind, tun, als ob sie halt dumm wären. So the next thing is based on artificial intelligence. Basically, this is algorithms. Okay, you need to dive into this as soon as possible. This is super important. You need to learn how to use these algorithms to your advantage. And the third one, with EOQ models, you have been in contact, at least with me, in the past. So I'll tick this as already seen, and this just-in-sequence inventory strategies we will look at in the next weeks on a case study, as I said. Any questions so far, please?
Nope. No questions.
No questions, Nicole?
No.
Okay, then we continue with supplier relationship management. SRM. Okay. So you need to take care of your people. Your supplier is, of course, your supplier, but also can save your ass many times. So make sure you cultivate and maintain a trust-based relationship with at least your key suppliers. I would say almost with all suppliers, but at least with your key suppliers, you need to keep them warm. So the last point here is collaborating. On joint initiatives. Cost reduction efforts. And again, the Oxford comma means that the enumeration is not closed. continuous improvement projects. Okay, so all these we have seen basically. Probably you remember when we were talking about alignment, the first lecture, and the base of everything is trust. Without trust, nothing can happen in the organization. And basically, as a supply manager, you are as worth as your word is. So make sure you do what you say you will do. And here you need to collaborate and on cost reduction, but also on continuous improvement projects. You guys do that with the known methodologies called CPDNA. And DCPNA, as already discussed, okay? So you already know those methods. Okay, questions to this?
No questions.
Okay, then we go to number 6. Okay, risk management. And mitigation. Okay, here we go and we say identifying and assessing potential risks in the supply chain such as geopolitical, economic, or logistic factors. Okay, here you have Ukraine, you have Israel, you have China and Taiwan and the microchips, and you have a lot of things going on in the world, and you need to be on top of it like white on rice, okay? So, wie Weiß auf Reis. Das bedeutet überall. Okay? Implementing also contingency plans and risk mitigation strategies. To address potential disruptions. Okay, here you might have heard of the this metaphor: a butterfly flips its wings in Brazil, and then a hurricane comes in Miami, And this is basically what you need to be looking at. So think about this, especially this point. Okay, when you look at forecasts, you need to be very aware of different dimensions of your business. You need to know not only the products, you need to know also the people. If there are changes in the management of your suppliers, if there are changes in the teams of your suppliers, if key roles and experts are leaving the companies, and everything going on with them. So that information is important because that is a risk that you need to be aware of. Okay, and you need to make your upper management aware of. So far, any questions?
No.
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 Okay.
No questions.
So we go to quality assurance and control. Okay. Quality assurance and control. So here we start by establishing and enforcing, in case that this is not given by the supplier, you need to enforce it. Okay, quality standards. Think about the audits. The audits is just the first step, and the continuous improvement that you need to install, I guess, in the supplier organization. So standards for purchasing goods and services. And the next is you need to conduct inspections and quality checks to ensure adherence to specs. Okay, so it's all about a control mindset, and it's all about empowerment. Think about this thing we were talking about, trust, empowerment, alignment. Okay, so with the quality assurance and control, you are empowering people, you're empowering your suppliers organization, and you do that by installing certain standards of quality and control processes. This only works if your suppliers has a trust relationship with you, and you both are trustworthy. So number 8, ethical and sustainable sourcing. Sustainable sourcing and ethical sourcing is about being ethical and sustainable. It usually is the first thing that is forgotten when the cost pressure comes along. So you need to ensure suppliers adhere to ethical and sustainable practices. Such as fair labor conditions and environmentally friendly production methods. Okay. So, was passiert aber, wenn ihr nach Thailand geschickt wird, um ein Audit für die Automobilindustrie zu machen und ihr seht, dass euer Supplier weder ethische noch nachhaltige Prozesse am Hals hat? Berichtet ihr das in der Zentrale in Deutschland oder lässt ihr das laufen? Frage. Wenn ihr das berichtet, macht ihr das schriftlich, sodass es auch ein Nachweis bleibt? Oder macht ihr das nur mündlich, telefonisch oder wenn ihr zurück seid? Das sind alles Themen, die früher oder später eine Führungskraft treffen werden. Okay? Irgendwann müsst ihr euch entscheiden für Ethik oder Nachhaltigkeit und oder Wirtschaftlichkeit, weil Konflikt kommt. Okay? Und die Fragestellung ist, was macht ihr, wenn ihr an einem Job hängt, an einem sicheren Job in Deutschland hängt und ihr habt einen Kredit und 2 Kinder zu Hause, also ein Hauskredit, 2 Kinder zu Hause und so weiter. Und ein relativ bequemes Leben. Ob es nicht Hemd, Nähe wie die Hose ist und ihr euch für nichts sagen, nichts tun entscheidet. Fragezeichen, okay? Das ist alles fiktiv. Haben alle schon gehabt. Okay? Es ist nur eine Überlegung zum Nachdenken. Das kommt. Werdet ihr mit Sicherheit mit konfrontiert sein. Ist verständlich, was ich meine?
Ja, ist verständlich.
Ja?
Ja.
Gut. Dann denkt drüber nach, bitte. Nicht für die Vorlesung, aber für die Zukunft. So the second point is monitoring compliance with CSR. CSR ist ein Begriff. Corporate Social Responsibility. And sustainability policies. Okay, das ist alles Theorie. Ich kenne Leute, die gefeuert wurden, weil sie eine Mail geschickt haben und dann dementsprechend den Chef nachweislich informiert haben über so eine Sache. Und die Personalabteilung hat die dann gehen lassen. Okay. Cost Management. And total cost of ownership, TCO, auch bestimmt ein Begriff. Das sind alles Themen, die irgendwo schon bekannt sein sollten aus dem Studium. Okay, ich mache jetzt einfach eine Zusammenfassung. So, hier analyzing TCO, which includes not only purchasing price, but also costs associated with logistics, inventory, especially not the same to produce in China for 10 cents, 10% less cost, but 6,000 kilometers away, because you have a supply chain to fill, and if some quality issues happen, you will have a problem. Maintenance, and also always more important, disposal. So do you have a closed loop logistic concept in place? Okay. The second point here is implementing cost saving strategies such as bulk purchasing, vendor consolidation, or value engineering. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
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 Number 10 on this list is compliance and regulatory adherence. Okay. So you need to ensure procurement activities comply with relevant laws. Okay. Regulations and industry standards. In fact, once you have some purchasing responsibility and you can sign contracts, this will be the reason number one why you will not get enough sleep. Okay, so this is the source for anxiety problems. This is the source for heart attacks. This is the source for divorces. Okay, so make sure before you do something, make sure you know the law of the land. It's not the same to have the regulation, to know the regulations in Germany as in the EU, as the regulations in America, and so on. So make no mistake, this can cost your job. Okay? And with your job goes your financial security and then your stability as a person. So be careful with this. Okay? The next step is the managing documentation, certifications, and licenses required for specific products, countries, or industries. So as I said, make sure you know the law of the land. If you don't know the law of the land, then you cannot work in supply chain management or in purchasing, in supply chain management purchasing. So number 11, technology and systems integration. So over the course of your professional career, systems will change, technology will evolve, you need to adapt. Okay? So you need to adapt faster, you need to be alert, adapt faster than your concurrents, than your competition, which are the other people. So utilize ERP software, ERP systems, on a state-of-the-art basis. don't use Excel, you need to learn other technologies. To streamline purchasing, procurement processes, and improve transparency. Okay. And then this is a niche where actually a lot of people are finding a job here, integrating procurement systems with sustainability activities, and other departments for seamless and transparent information flow. Okay. So here is where basically the people that have studied your Nachhaltigkeitsmanagement bachelor have found a job lately. Okay, you're cool? Any questions so far?
No questions.
No.
No? Can you follow? Not too fast, not too slow. Okay. Then we continue with number 12. Performance management. And key performance indicators. Here I will say just two words. Hoshinkanri. You have heard of this concept from me, right?
Yes.
Hello, yeah. Good. This is the way to crumble the cookie. Okay, so here you go. You establish establishing KPI monitoring / continuous improvement. / network base organizational design approach in the purchasing processes. Okay. You use data-driven insights to make informed decisions and drive continuous improvement. Right? And this is basically done by integrating the CPDNA, DCPNA into networks. You know how to do it, you have seen it, at least on theory, okay? If you're interested, you have some books you can drive from the library on the topic, and of course you can ask me anytime you want. And yeah, so basically those are the 12 main aspects. Any questions so far?
No.
No.
Okay. So now we go to the number 1, supplier selection and evaluation. And we continue from there, okay? So 1.1. I say 1.1 would be to go and look at the supplier identification. So here we need to do some researching and identifying potential suppliers, through various sources like trade shows, referrals, and online marketplaces. Okay. So 1.2 would be to establish supplier qualification criteria. Okay, so you need to establish specific and clear criteria for supplier selection. Okay. Geographic location, quality, financial stability, whatever, okay? 1.3 is RFI, RFP, request for information. RFI and request for proposal. RFP. So using RFIs to gather basic information about suppliers or about potential suppliers is important, including capabilities, certification, references, and then sending RFP to qualified suppliers to request detailed proposals. Which may include pricing, delivery terms, quality control process, anything, okay? You name it. So, and then number 1.4, and this also includes the topics above, continuous monitoring and evaluation. So you need to implement a system, a management system, a supply chain management system for ongoing monitoring and evaluation. Think about the topic above, Hoshin Kanri and so on. Okay? So this is the detail of point number 1. Point number 2 we will do if you say you want it. Point number 3 we will do with some Python in the next weeks. Inventory management we will do in a case study. The supply relationship management needs to be trust-based. You already know the CPDNA. Risk management and mitigation is something that we will not look into. Ethical sustainable sourcing. Ihr habt da ein Seminar gemacht da, oder? Über ethisches Verhalten. Mit Ludin, richtig oder ist nicht?
Also wir haben eine Seminararbeit geschrieben.
Ja, Wirtschaftsethik.
Ja, Wirtschaftsethik, genau.
Seminararbeit, okay. Gut, also da werde ich keine Zeit haben für und über Compliance werde ich auch nicht viel sagen können. Hoshin Kanri kennt ihr. Gut, das ist mal ein Overview. Also wir gehen jetzt, wie ihr seht, in die Sache rein. Ab jetzt, so bisher war es ein bisschen